You guys want to do some icebreakers? Just to get to know each other before we start killing?
I am a child rapist.
We haven't asked the questions yet.
Noted.
Like cloning or cloning with like the time travel? Like you
No, just straight cloning.
Okay, I was gonna say you'd be doing it with younger version of yourself. Like, okay.
No.
If you did have a clone of yourself, how long would it take for you to have sex with yourself?
Day one.
Probably an hour. Let's be
I feel
honest.
like we'd get we'd have to get to know each other first.
But it's like an exact copy of you. You already know everything about each other. Think about it, they already know exactly the torque method.
It's obvious that you'd make your clone like jerk you off or like suck your dick or something, but would you, like if your clone one day came up...
Who is gonna look for your body when you're alive? No one knows you have a clone, so like you can kill them and nobody's gonna look for them.
I'm starting to think having clones is a bad idea.
Yeah, but if you can clone yourself, can't you just get rid of the clone, or is it just a clone that like you can make clones but you can't get rid of them?
I guess okay, we're putting a fork in it because if you have the ability to make clones and like take them away, that's like a different type of superpower. But if you have the downgrade version where you can just create them and that's it, like then they're stuck.
You think any of them would jerk off their own clone? I think Buttercup would.
Yeah, I think Smoke Strong would kill his clones before they'd come to an agreement to have sex with each other.
Swizz goes either two ways. One, he's like super into it and like super freaky, or he's like completely against it.
Another thing to consider is, would you have a threesome with your own clone?
Nah.
This is actually a conversation I had with my last girlfriend, and no, it's not good. You know, now you're getting kind of cucked, and then it's like they don't really like it because, you know, it's not you, but like it is you. It's just... It's weird.
Yeah, but I'm cucking myself.
Well, okay, but the thing is, you can always kill your clone after, right? We gotta start looking at this a completely different way. The clones aren't humans; they're a resource. Because if you can kill them, you can always create another one. But would it have the same memories of like what you did? Because an incarnation of that instance of you, so it would have the memories of the clones that came before. So I scrapped that. That can't be.
It would have to, if it was like a random girl, probably. But if it was like long-term thing, probably not.
Tell Swizz that we think you'd have sex with this clone. You only really had to work like one job. You know, one clone can do that while the others do like the house cleaning and like the housewife sort of jobs.
Okay, but what if I want to start being the housewife?
That doesn't work though, because you have to buy like groceries for 3 people because you have 3 clones.
Well, in the idealized like American dream is, you know, one income from them can supply 4 people's worth of food. Because it's not like you're buying like a new house per person. You all live under the same roof. You buy extra groceries, and honestly, you just get a membership at Costco.
Yeah, is there like some twin telepathy going on?
You make a clone of yourself, and that clone has all the memories previous to it, but after that, that's when they don't mix together. Like there's like a fork in the memory.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One clone couldn't get a job at, you know, an aerospace engineer and then get sick, so they go into work. The other clone couldn't fill in because they wouldn't know, like, you know, who the coworkers are or like, you know, what the job is about or anything like that.
Both work in that field, so it doesn't matter that like I can't switch with them. We just both have a job. We make even more money. You know, we also keep talking about killing the clone. If the clone is like us, wouldn't it also think about killing us? Because it might think it's not the clone anymore?
I think that's one of the first things I said is like, would you establish I'm version 1, you're version 2, and then like so on? Sort of have like the I'm the leader.
I think the only way to do it is to have equal standing.
So they want to help you. Like, they're like, I don't mind doing this shit because I'm helping myself.
What if the original version of you, if they die, all the clones die?
That would suck.
Okay, actually even worse, what if they don't and like it just continues on? You get to like version 87 yourself and you're like, I'm the lowest number of
You
it.
think it's like a printer where like as the clone goes on and like it's copies of copies of copies of copies of copies of copies of copies, it gets like worse?
Yeah, you have like a 6th finger or something like that.
Does each clone get like one clone? Like how many clones per person?
I mean, I kind of think it's like inbreeding. Like if you mate with a family member, it's like how many times can you do that until they're messed up? Like I'm talking like long term. If we're gonna live out the next like 45 years of our lives,
Government might get on your ass if you got one clone working in Ohio and one in Texas or something, trying to make a bunch of money.
I don't know if the government, maybe other businesses or the bank would see like you're getting like income from multiple other things. They'd investigate. Eventually they would get found out.
If they can like fuck up and like no one notices about that, like then surely, you know, you could find someone to write you extra ones, you know, for the right price or something.
We're just thinking about survival right now. We gotta think long term, bigger than just us. You have a clone, you would have a perfect alibi to like either commit crimes or like be a vigilante. You could honestly be the world's greatest hitman.
You know, what's the cooldown period on the cloning, right? Like, what's stopping you from just cloning yourself like 100,000 times and then like making a small army and like overthrowing a nation?
Yeah.
Yo.
Dude. What?
On top of that, they wouldn't know which one is like the real one. Well, I would assume that like the original is like, well, not fully controlling, like has some sort of thing that's like making them or like keeping them there.
Can a clone your clone? Or does the original have to be the only one that can clone? Could the other clones turn on you and then use you as like a queen bee that's like always churning out more clones for the war effort?
Oh, that's scary.
It's one of those like double-edged swords. It's like you have a power immortality. They just like put you in a casket or whatever and like drown you, but you can never die, but you're always drowning.
I think it goes back to, can you get rid of the clones or do the clones stay, or like do you just make them?
I like to think you can only make them. To get rid of them, you have to kill them. Like you can't just flip them out. That adds more dynamic element, I think, because it levels the playing field.
I think it's how much do you hate yourself then? Like if you hate yourself, then there's a high chance that you will just overthrow yourself.
It's also like it determines how good are you of a leader and how defiant is your own personality.
I think the best thing that pulls people together is a unifying opposition. What if you learn that there's one other person in the world that can clone themselves? You're the only one that knows, and really the only one that could stop it.
Well, I think if there's one other person who can also clone themselves, you should meet them, and then you should marry them, and then you should have a giant clone orgy.
True, yeah, if you're male and they're female, it would be perfectly equal. It would literally be like a utopia.
Would the offspring also be able to then clone
That's
because
guys
they
on
have
B.
like two sides of the clone thing? What if I have a kid with someone who can't do it? Like what happens there? Is it like a 50% chance that they can clone if they get that like Y chromosome?
What if you have two kids, one of them can and one of them can't? It's like the one Bible one.
And the one that can bullies the one that can't. And then you have to deal with that as a parent, and you
Bro.
don't even know how to deal with it because no one's ever done it before.
You would be so fucking paranoid every time you saw your kid. It's not like your kid, it might be a clone of your kid.
If we were clones, we got the ability to do it, you know, when we're in our 20s, I'm assuming. So like we like know better or like can have a plan, but like a 6-year-old, when they find out they can clone, they're like, it's gonna be cool. That would blow everyone's cover, or they do something like impulsive, like the jealous little brother that can't clone, or the jealous older brother that the younger brother can clone. If you could create infinite clones of yourself, do you not think that the government would have you strapped down like every 20 minutes or like churn one out?
Oh yeah. They would also have you like try and see if like the mating thing would work as well. They want to keep that power.
True.
An island and have everybody be like a clone with each other. Everyone would be married and they would diversify their job base. That's assuming you're smart enough to take over mathematics, and a section of them become engineers, a section of them become mechanics or entertainment people, healthcare people. But that would probably mean that the original one of you would have to learn all of that before you could even start making those clones. See like, oh, this guy's enrolled in like 10 different universities all at once, all across the country.
I disagree with that because honestly, I could walk into a lecture and no one would bat an eye, like at like a completely different university. So I think you could do it.
It would have to be the original one of you, because you don't want just like one doctor for the whole island. If the clone learns it, that's good for the one person, but if the original version of you learns it, you can make infinite copies of that doctor's knowledge.
We are still saying the fact that the female cloner exists, but now there's a new like almost evil guy cloner added in.
Yeah, and they want your wives' clones. Do you fight tooth and nail?
You could make some agreement there where it's like you can have like a couple clones or whatever. You sick freak, you know?
You don't have to do like threesome stuff. I forgot to think about clones as resources. You can have like a rock, paper, scissors type of relationship with them.
What do you do when he comes to you and he's like, I broke this one?
True. What laws would be in place for the clones? Would you let the clones know, like, if there's murder, would you go after that? Or would you say you can just make a new one?
But are the clones gonna really like that they're being like used as monetary value and being like tossed around? I feel like if it's straight clone on clone, then no. But what if it's cloner with clone?
Version 1 of me, like, I can't kill my own clone because that would be seen as, like, immoral or whatever.
I'm saying if a cloner has sex with a clone, does the new offspring now have the cloning ability or no?
I'm not sure. It started with, if you could clone yourself, how long would it take for you to have sex with your clone?
Bro, it's gotta be like
It
at
goes
least a
deep.
year for me to fuck my clone type shit.
Bro, by the way, this black nigga on the other team's cheating, bro.
That's okay. We weren't coming to win.
We got the clone lore going.
Freaking freaky with them, you know, like it'd be. You don't get freaky with someone you're not a fan of.
I think it'd be too great of a great with great.
Oh my gosh, what if you clone yourself and then like you all sell your kidneys?
Oh.
It's like infinite money glitch.
Whoa.
What if we go farther? What if you kind of turn evil and you clone yourself to harvest the whole body for the black market to fund the safe haven island? Have them held, and then after they're all made, you would make the bunker to like save yourself so that they never would know like where you are. Because if you were to make that before, they would all have the memories of where to go after you. They would also know that you considered that too.
Yeah, so they'd know that it exists. It's a very weird situation.
If it was a TV show, one of your clones would escape your wrath and then have its own spin-off series about just wanting to be a normal person.
The public reception to clones. You know, they find out that there's a John Smith in every town across America. What do you think they would do to him? Would they a firing squad for them, or would they like accept them with open arms?
You would become a religious figure to some, and then some people would be filled with so much jealousy that they couldn't do it that they would like run propaganda. Dude, think of all the magic tricks you could pull.
What about you, your clones, and a clown car? How many of your clones are you fitting in the car?
You dress each of your clones up in a different outfit. And then you tell people, I'm gonna walk in this room and I'm gonna walk out in less than 5 seconds and have a new outfit on.
I'm gonna have to make it myself. A lot to think about.
What would you call it?
Putting a name on something golden like that. Clone High. The Clone Wars.
Bruh.
Should I fuck with it?
All a clone.